Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be talking about another true story that happened to me when I was about, let's see, at this point I'm probably about 7 years old or so, and my brothers are like 5 and 2 years old. So this was a very irresponsible thing of me to let happen. But what happened was, so I'm living with my dad, my mom, and my grandma. My grandma's living with us, and my dad has work all day, so he just goes to work every day basically. And then we're at home with my mom and grandma sometimes or whatever happens, right? And so my grandma ends up leaving the house to go to the library or something, and my mom ends up leaving the house to go somewhere also. So they both don't realize that the other person's leaving, so they both just assume that the other person's staying home. But I technically knew that they were both leaving, but I was like an irresponsible 7-year-old, right? So I'm like, dude, sweet, I want to be left home alone, basically with just my brothers, right? So that ends up happening. They end up leaving, and so I'm left home alone with Isaac and Lincoln, my brothers, and we're here, and I don't think anything really big happened, but I think somebody spilled water on the floor or something, so that was like all that happened. But yeah, so if anything really did happen, we probably could have just gone to our neighbor's house and tried to get them to help us out and stuff. But yeah, so that was still very irresponsible and still a bad thing for me to let happen. But yeah, when they got home, I guess we just told them that we got left home alone, and they're like, "Oh, okay, don't let it happen again." And then I ended up telling a lot of people, I guess. And I told my other grandma, about it. And then she reminded me recently when I was over at her house that this happened, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I remember that." And that was actually my fault too, which it kind of was my fault, and it was very irresponsible. So I gotta remember that when I'm grown up, if I have kids, that I should make sure that my kids have someone at home with them, especially when they're at that young age. Like when they're like teenagers and such, it's not as important, but when they're at those younger ages, it's really important to make sure they're being monitored at all times. But thank you so much for joining me and for listening to this experience. Thank you for all the support, and I hope you have a great rest of your day today.